Well, hello again. Today I want to show you really a little bargain camera. I think it will be a little bit hyped in the last month. I've seen the prices go up and up. I still think you can buy these ones. I bought this one for 30 euros. And it was actually working. It had a working light meter. Due to my stupidity, I wrecked the light meter, but I will come to that later. But I bought 30 euros. I paid 30 euros for it. This is a Ricoh ZF. It is a zone focusing camera from Ricoh with a beautiful 2.8 f2.8 lens. And it has a inbuilt light meter and it has a automatic function normally. I will come back later. Normally this is a shutter priority camera. So here is the front of the camera. On the lens you put all the variables. The distance here, you can see it has some numbers on it and some symbols. So the symbols go from a person portrait to a mountain which resembles the infinity, and there's also an indication of the meters and the feet written on this lens. So with this you set the approximately the distance, and the ring under it gives you the selection of the shutter speeds. The shutter speeds go from B bulb to 1/500th of a second. Next ring is the aperture setting ring. If you set it on A and you choose, for instance, 1/60th of a second as a shutter speed, the camera will automatically determine the aperture value. So it is a shutter priority. You choose the shutter speed and the camera chooses the aperture value. You can also, and that is a very nice thing about this camera, use it fully manual. The only thing you need a battery for, here is one LR44 battery you can use. The only thing you need it for is for the automatic mode, so that the camera chooses the aperture. If you choose not to work with automatic mode, then everything is manual. The only thing you need the battery for is the light meter. So if I, for instance, say here 160 and I choose, I look through the lens, I press the button, then the light meter gives the suggested aperture value. And then you can set the aperture value here. And it's totally manual, so you don't need any battery to operate this little camera. Well, like I said, it's here you hear the slower shutter speeds and here the faster shutter speeds. All the way up, the f value goes from 2.8 to 16, and really if you put it on 11 and you shoot between 2.5 and infinity, everything is sharp, and this lens is amazingly sharp, I can tell you. It's a beautiful little lens. It's a very portable camera, and the pictures I made with this one are much better than with the Rollei 35. It's sharper than Rollei 35 in my opinion, my experience, and the contrast is much better with this little lens. Like I said before, there was something I needed to fix because the viewfinder was, well, not very clear. So I took this off and started to clean the viewfinder. In the process, I wrecked the light meter. So what I did was I removed the light meter completely. And that resulted in a little bit bigger viewfinder because you do not have the scale on the right side with values of the light meter, and the viewfinder now almost resembles 100% of what comes on the picture. So now I have lost the light meter, but I've gained a very bright and very accurate viewfinder. And you know what? You have all these little accessories you can buy, like this, and you just slide it on like this, and you see now you have a perfect little light meter with it to go with it. So here the value is 1/60th of a second, and the aperture should be 2.8 by the looks of the measurement. So you really, if you have this or a separate external light meter, it is really superb. And look at it. It's beautiful like it is this in a set. And again, this little light meter, you can you know also adjust that this thing comes in the middle, so it doesn't touch the rewind spool. It comes a little bit more here, but I put it here so I can use the shutter crank. But again, you can also use a loose handheld light meter. The inside of the camera, you can see it's very basic. Always very basic, and it means it won't break that easy. It's very solid build. Really, for the money, it is a lovely manual camera. And even if you wreck the light meter, you can still use all the shutter speeds and all the aperture openings fully manual. You do not need a battery to operate this camera and have some fun with it. It's really amazing piece of technique, and I think it's very undervalued. Yeah, it's a little one I love. Look at it. It's very small, and it's a great quality. So if you're into analog photography again, and you want to buy a small camera, light camera, but with a good lens and good quality, consider this one. Ideal for street photography. I mean, the shutter, you barely hear it. You see me sometimes turning this. There's a little lock here also. If you turn this, now the shutter is locked. You turn this little knob to the right, and then you can fire the shutter again. Again, for street photography, it's ideal. You barely hear the shutter. I mean, it's even outside in outside spaces, it's barely hearable. There is a hot shoe on it as well, and on the hot shoe you can put every flash you want, and it actually functions. So even usable with a flash, you don't need a cable. You can just put the hot shoe on it, and it works. So all in all, I think it's a pretty little camera with lots of possibilities, and an ideal travel companion. Well, thanks again for watching. If you have any questions, please list them below. And if you have any remarks, I'm willing to hear them. And the more people get to know about this camera, the better it is, I think. Thank you.